Well, there it is. B acquired once again by the Tampa Bay Lightning. One of my favorite teammates. I only played with him 2 years. You played with him longer. You liked him, right?
Oh,
he's okay.
He is the man. We love Ryan McDonagh.
Yes, welcome, buddy. How you been?
What's up, fellas? I'm doing great.
Hey,
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no, thanks for joining us. Let's cut right to it. You saw it in that little in bump. You going back to the Tampa Bay Lightning, but super cool video, and your kids got a little reaction here, I think, from Thunderbug, right? Take us through this.
Yeah, that was huge for us to try to help, share the message with them, get them excited. Obviously, it's obviously hard on your little ones whenever you got to move, and we thought maybe Thunderbug cheering them up and sending them a message would go a long ways, and it certainly did. It was special to see the reaction, and now they can't stop talking about getting down to Tampa again.
It's just incredible. I'm just watching this in the background. I could have watched that highlight film a little bit longer. I'm sure there were more highlights. I loved watching that, following you guys when you were on those cup journeys. There's something to be said about that journey that you go through with that group of guys. And I remember just talking to some people in Tampa after, the salary cap had to do its dirty deeds and they had to move on from you. They were devastated. I know they felt your loss, and having known and played with you, I can imagine what they were going through. Now they get to have you back. They're so excited. You must be equally as thrilled to go back to a place like that. I played there. There's not a lot of places in the world like Tampa Bay, especially if you get to play for the Lightning.
Yeah, I mean, you hit it on the nose. It's such a great place, and there's some special memories instilled there for myself and my family, and obviously a lot of the same guys that are there. So it's hard not to be just beyond pumped to get down there again, get the journey started with the group there, and hopefully continue to make even more memories like we did in our first stint there. So it's a fun place to play. The crowd is always behind you there. And away from the rink, I think it's a place that my family, my kids can just thrive, and that's all you can really ask for as a father and a player in this league.
But hold on, Mac Truck. When we look at this roster, this is a roster that the window's closing. This is a team that their best is behind them. It's not getting the band back together for a little tickle fest. No, give us the inside, the belief here with this Tampa Bay team and the guys in that room that because you went to battle with.
Exactly. I mean, you can't help but not believe that something can be done again special. Like I talked about in my first media interview after the trade went down, you talked to Stamkos. He's just getting off the ice with Kucherov, and they got a couple of guys playing over in the World Championships. Hedman goes over and represents his country, and he's played over 1,000 games, but he's still going over there playing where other guys say no, and it's just kind of a great little standard that we've set there. That group is set there as far as always trying to get better, always trying to improve, and it just pushes you to want to keep working hard and continue to improve your game and try to do your part to win. That's what it all comes down to, is being a part of a winning formula there. And like I said, can't be more excited to start that journey up again with that group. And by no means do it. If you ask anybody in that group if they think that we got a chance to win, they'd be behind it for sure.
Okay, you get off the phone with, I don't know if it was Julian or Coop or whomever, and you tell Kaylee for the first time, your wife. What was her reaction?
Yeah, I think we were both pretty shocked. I don't think we thought we would get back there, kind of at least during this contract. But when the opportunity did come up, we were thrilled that, Barry Trotz was respectful enough to make something happen, and they were able to agree on a trade that both parties felt was acceptable, and like I said, she was pumped. She's got a lot of close friends, just like I do there, people she talks to every day, and like I said, knows that it's a place where our family can continue to thrive and maybe spend a long time there even after hockey's all done.
Did you keep your house? Because I think Davis Island's still going up in price. You guys gonna?
I did not keep it. I did not keep it, unfortunately. So we're back house hunting, and that's the way it goes in this league. As you guys know, you just pack up the bags and move on to the next place. So we're excited, though.
Hey, well, one last thing, kind of wrapping up the current stuff as far as you in the NHL. 2 years in Nashville, pretty spectacular season this year for the Preds and you guys. I don't think a lot of people thought that you guys would be able to make the playoffs or look the way you looked. Can you talk about just what it was like in your experience there and what that team showed?
Yeah, it was night and day in my 2 years as far as from the first season there. And, you guys remember it was just kind of a fire sale at the deadline and a total reboot and new coaching staff, a new GM coming in. So it was a lot of moving parts. And for me, it was, kind of a lot of wondering how this is all going to play out and how we were going to make things work. But, they brought in some great players, some veteran players, and tried to mix in with some younger guys, and obviously a new coaching staff with a great style to play for, and we've had to kind of go through some ups and downs, and got a little punishment from the concert being canceled, but it motivated our group to to get going, and we got on a run that was incredible, 18-game point streak, and something that we obviously put ourselves in a position to make the playoffs, and you never know what can happen. I thought we grew a lot as a team. It was fun to be a part of, and definitely don't regret all the effort that we put in last season.
When you guys are on that absolute heater, were you guys playing U2 just as a joke in the locker room? Like, what, you guys had to have fun with it a little bit, right?
We did. The very first game, I think it was in Vegas. We were supposed to be there the day before, but no, we got to Vegas for a practice day. We had some YouTube blasting and a little fun with the coaching staff and whatnot. But no, it was, like I said, you kind of just go on those runs and you're just happy that things are going your way and things are working out, and all that effort and whatnot is paying off. It gave us a chance to make the playoffs and go from there.
Hey, we got a video of you assisting on B's game-tying goal versus the Islanders back in what year was that? Do we know what year this was?
It was just a couple
2012.
Years. A couple years ago.
Yeah, a couple years.
Yeah.
How you, the big man? What, do you get the high tip there?
Oh yeah, Boiler. He's always going to be around the net.
He's like, I got it.
Doesn't look like I touched it. He's just got to celly hard. I knew what he was. He knew I was getting it back to him, and he just got to find the lane.
Exactly. That's why you always stick around after practice and try to tip my little muffins I'd throw in.
Well, I should have been working on my skating, but that makes me too sleepy. I remember you coming in to training camp, and you had come out. I mean, we had Derek Stepan there, obviously, both Wisconsin products. And I was just so impressed with how you handled yourself as a first-year player in that training camp, and even how you handled getting sent down. You knew you were going to be a special player. You ended up coming up with us in New York, and I think probably right around Christmas or prior to Christmas.
Yeah, I think it was 40 games exactly down there. So,
and then by the end of that year, it was, shut down pair. It was so important for us to have, what he offered. But I was just so impressed with, you see a lot of flash in the pan offensive players that come up and kind of can contribute right away. And you were such a well-rounded player that I think almost you had more offense than the coaches were willing to give to you. But you were so responsible. You stayed on that part. We have a little clip of a goal you scored that I was so impressed with for a number of reasons. I wonder if we can run it now. It was against, I think it was against the Devils. I'm not 100% sure, but there's a little toe drag here.
Washington.
And then
then he got shot.
Okay, this is the embodiment of you. The toe drag, the high skill level, the elite play, and the toughness. Can you explain what happened here?
Yeah, I got the move off that I wanted to, but unfortunately my kneecap took a toll, and I twisted my knee there a little bit and kind of lost some strength and power down my leg. But thankfully it was nothing too serious. But yeah, I remember we scored that. I think Brad Richards went nuts on the ref. He's like, "Did you see what happened after the play?" And the ref's like, "Honestly, Brad, I don't think anyone touched him." And sure enough, they all watched the replay, and yeah, it was just kind of a fluky thing. But yeah, I mean, there's no doubt you come in as a young player, you kind of just deer in the headlights, do what's asked for you. But you kind of get to a point where, you want to make a name for yourself and show your teammates and your coaches, that you can be as effective as you can, and you've got confidence in your game. And slowly but surely, I think I got some more trust and gained some more confidence, and grew into a little bit bigger role there as the seasons went on.
You know what I remember the most about him at the blue line is when he walked, when you'd walk the blue line and like the stop and go, right? Like you get a shot blocker coming out, pull it, stop this way, stop, and pull, like just that immediate. Like we see Cale Makar do it a lot now, and I know you're going to be like, hey, come on, don't. But I'm just saying, like, the stop and go there. It was like in the patience, knowing that you can walk that line, like that was impressive.
Well, and just the skating ability you have, Mac, you still have it, and there's a reason we call him Mac Truck. He's not a slight build. You're a thick boy. But he's downplaying the knee injury. I think his kneecap slid out.
Yeah.
Did you miss a game?
I don't think so. It happened to me a little bit in college. It happened.
Wait, that's happened before?
Yeah, it happened in college a couple times, and then that was the only time in the pros. And knock on wood, it hasn't happened since. But no, I know it's you add it to the list of things that have been injured in our careers. You guys know as well as I do. It's ever-going battle between you and how the body feels.
Okay, so I mean, just staying on this because I have to. We played you. I left. We went to the Cup Finals, and then I signed with Tampa. I didn't really get an offer, a contract from the Rangers, which was kind of a bummer. But I got to sign in Tampa. Yeah. We got to play you in the Eastern Conference Finals. It's Game 7. I feel like you're skating board to board in the warm-up, and then I watched the first few minutes, the first few shifts, and I couldn't find you on the ice. Now, he's the Rangers captain. He's their stalwart defenseman, obviously, and I couldn't figure out who was missing and why you weren't out there. But then you just showed up. Can you talk us through what you were dealing with in that Game 7 back in 2015?
Yeah, well, I had unfortunately taken a puck off the foot. I think it was just I talk about it all the time with him, but I think it was just a dinky wrister from Alex Killorn that hit me in the foot when I was tied up with somebody else, and ended up having a little crack in my foot. And just from playing on it a couple games, I think initially it was like Game 4, and then playing on it Games 5 and 6, ended up almost breaking the bone all the way through, and didn't know it until the morning of Game 7. We'd been X-raying it every day, trying to see where it's at, and it didn't look good in the morning of Game 7, and we knew we were going to have to, do some of the numbing and special stuff that the doctors do to get us out there and play. And yeah, I had one dose in me and tried to get out for warm-ups, but it was still too much pain, and wasn't able to skate the way I needed to, and had to go back quick and do a little bit of extra and make a decision there with AV and whatnot, whether they thought I could play. And thankfully, I mean, I probably wouldn't do what I did again, knowing how that went. But it's just so hard when you're in the moment there. It's the Eastern Conference Finals. You're at home, Game 7. You're trying to, do whatever you can for your team to help them win that game. So it didn't work out for us, and you guys beat us on home ice there. But it was. Like anything, you try to battle as hard as you can for your team.
Yeah, just docs must not have realized they needed horse tranquilizers to get the big unit back.
Just cut it off, Doc. Just cut it off.
Yeah.
Hey, we got to stay on this because you might get sick of talking about this, but like we were talking about it in our production meeting, and I brought this up numerous times. And please correct me don't correct me if I've given this story legs. But I go back to May 2nd, 2012, playing against the Washington Capitals, round 2. Triple overtime game. They actually pulled their time on ice.
Look at the top performers there. Wow.
Yeah, so Mac, 53 minutes, okay, time on ice in this triple overtime game. And here's the thing, it's the eighth most time on ice in a playoff game since 2010. And this, I remember it this way and I tell it this way, but you would know better. I remember you cramping up in between one of the overtimes. I remember, I feel like you were, I don't know if you're dry heaving on the bench. Like in my mind, I was watching somebody's body almost shut down. That's what I felt like. and you kept going, kept playing. Take us through that, because you've had another one like this too later on in your career. Like, what are these games like? How do you manage that? I mean, it's something we never experienced. A defenseman playing that much, 53 minutes.
I know your mind just kind of goes into a different planet, right? Where you're not really thinking about the aches and pains and you know, how sore your muscles are and your energy levels. You're just waiting for your name to be called and go out there and try to get the puck out of your zone and get it in the offensive zone and see what can happen from there. You try to focus on, you know, the details of the game, the structure and all that. But, you know, obviously the game kind of slows down for obvious reasons. Both teams are just exhausted, kind of hanging on, and you're mentally just trying to get that puck away from your net as far as possible and hope somebody can make a play. And that's what happened there. And it was an unreal game to be a part of. You definitely learn how far your body can go and what it can handle and what it takes. And, you know, it's obviously a better feeling when you go through that and win the game. It was a huge goal by Gaborik. And, yeah, I remember at that time we still had roommates with, you know, the younger guys, and I was rooming with Steps. And I think I slept till about 2 p.m. the next day and still didn't even want to get up out of bed. And I think there was some, I think we did a team trip to the memorial, and if we weren't doing something for the military like that, recognizing them, I probably wouldn't have got out of bed. But I felt, you know what, those guys go through even worse than us, the way I'm feeling now. So I made sure I made that one. But it was a great experience to go through. You learn a lot about yourself and fun to come out on top.
Yeah, that Arlington Cemetery. I remember going there. That's
what it was. Yeah.
The changing of the guard, that was incredible. That was a fun series for a lot of reasons, and most importantly because we won. Rupert could have ended it earlier. You wouldn't have been quite as tired, but he shot it off my butt. We'll go to a little segment now. It's called "What Were You Thinking?" and this is just going to be. I mean, it's not quite like it sounds. It's not quite like it sounds. Okay. It's just going to be what was going through your head in moments like this.
Nice.
So here's
This is nice.
What were you thinking here?
Oh, it was obviously, you know, just proud to have my family there, my kids. They obviously supported me, you know, well, as I was trying to finish that degree. And you know, you guys know as well as I do, you try to be a role model and an inspiration to your kids and teach them the importance of school and education. And hopefully, maybe not now as first grader and pre-Kers, they understand that, but down the road, they'll appreciate, you know, me finishing up later on in life, and they can you know, use that as motivation for themselves to go to college. I know my oldest daughter loves doing the jump around now, so she might be a Badger one day. We'll see.
Oh God,
yeah,
I mean nightmares.
Oh, hey,
jump around at the Kohl Center in Milwaukee. We lose the national title game. You couldn't even hear anything. It was all red. Unfair. Unfair.
Hey, that's super cool, man. Just seeing you going back and doing that. This guy's 3 core classes away from graduating. Yeah. Come on, you got to talk to him post. Tell him to do it, right? Like I have 0 credits, so it's not. I'm not going to go back, dude. You're that close. Look at it. Come on.
For any other reason, you get to go back on campus and relive your college days, which was unbelievable. So, who doesn't love to do that?
I don't think I should do that. Everybody knows me here in this room. Safe space.
Yeah, maybe that's true. Maybe things are left better the way they are.
I've graduated from that.
Yeah. Well said. What else do we got here? Which one we got now?
Oh, that's the first goal. But first career NHL goal from Vinny Prospal there behind the net, and it was actually the last game of the regular season. And if you remember, Boiler, and we needed to win to jump. I think it was the Lightning for the 8th spot in the playoffs.
Yes,
this was a day game, and we ended up winning the game. And then we all went and watched as a team, watched the Lightning play that night. They had to lose. And that's how we got into the playoffs.
Really? I don't know that.
Yeah, Tampa was playing Carolina. They were texting us.
Yeah.
I remember they were texting us, we're going to win the game. Tampa was out of it, and they had to beat Carolina for the 8th spot.
That's
and they were texting us, we got them, like Vinny, and they were all texting, Torts, I think. And they were just telling him that we were going to do everything we could they were going to do everything they could to win. They won like 5-0.
Yeah,
I remember
they
Chris
smoked-
Drury was going through all the injuries, and he ended up scoring in that game as well. It was,
Yeah,
got us
that
into
was
the
awesome.
playoffs in game 82.
Wow.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I know.
Great
Yeah.
first goal, huh? Good time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a great feeling for sure.
And another first right here.
Oh,
Oh yeah, my toughness showing as I'm eating a punch. Yeah, that's the game. Sometimes your wires get crossed, and Henrique and I had a little bit of a bout, and I still remember him taking. Didn't know he was. I didn't do my scouting on him. I didn't know he was a lefty, so he popped me pretty good.
I wouldn't have known that either, buddy. I don't
I
know.
don't think he knew until that fight. Having known Rico a little bit. Check the game notes, I guess.
Oh,
Oh, we got this. The big man.
yeah,
going on
big
here?
body coming in.
Just a bear hug, huh? That didn't hurt.
He just wrapped you up and held you there for about 5 or 6 seconds.
No, I know. Probably screamed, "Macker, coming in!" Like just you know, and they got it.
I let the guys know that I like sometimes. I wouldn't have
Yeah.
done that for Chernak or Sergachev back in the day. I would now, though. We like Sergey. He's a friend of
Yeah.
the show.
That was a great.
Yeah.
We had Sergey on here. I was learning about your guys' battles, and I wasn't on that one. I watched that one. That was a great
I was
one.
not a fan of his, and I think there was mutual feeling there for a little while. But he came on the show. He was awesome. He's an impressive
Yeah,
guy.
he is really impressive. Yeah.
We got. What's this one?
At the OT playoffs.
Yeah.
The OT winner.
Yeah. Drop pass from.
Was
drop
that
pass
step?
from. Yeah, drop pass from Steps. Yeah,
No steps, little pump fake and drop.
I know.
Was this the same series? Was this in 2015 where he scored in Game 7?
Yeah, he had the Game 7 winner there. That we were down 3-1 in that
That's
series.
nice.
And that kept us alive. And then we went back to Wash. I think we smoked them. I think we beat them pretty good Game 6, and then obviously Game 7 was a nail biter there until the OT winner again. So yeah, incredible series. As we had many of those against Wash.
Yeah.
I don't know, like how I don't remember. I wasn't on the team, but just even watching that sell by step, pump fake.
Yeah.
Get two guys go down. Holpe blocks in and just does a little blink right back to
Quite
back.
the cerebral player, that Derek Stepan.
Derek Stepan. He's a good
I
guy.
remember
too,
watching that. We were watching that as Tampa Bay Lightning players. We were watching because whoever won we were getting in the conference.
That's right.
final.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
that's right.
wasn't hoping for you guys, to be honest with you. That's a tough scene.
And we'll end on this one, man. That's awesome. Hey, you know what? I'll say this first, and I want to hear what you got to say too. But I loved playing with guys, and even to this day, and some guys still in the league right now, believe it or not, that I played with, but rooting for them to win the cup and seeing when they do, just feeling like, you know the person, like, what a moment. What's going through your head here?
Yeah, I mean, just all your hard work, all your sacrifice, and your dreams coming true. And obviously maybe a little different fashion. Haven't been in the bubble, but certainly didn't change any of the emotions and feelings that you had raising that cup. And really, obviously a special moment there to be able to win it alongside those guys. We had some tough losses in the playoff the year before there, getting swept. So to come back like that and finish the job was unbelievable feeling and something that'll stay with you forever. Like you said, the cup changes you and it makes you want to get back there and keep playing as long as you can to keep having that winning feeling, hopefully.
Well,
Awesome.
yeah. Well, hopefully we'll see you playing long into the playoffs in the spring, summer, whatever you want to call it next year. But thanks for popping by here, Mac. Great always catching up with you. And congrats again. Graduation.
Thanks,
Enjoy, buddy.
thanks, Boiler. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, fellas.